In the first frames we see a man walking through a snowy forest. His name is Tanjiro Kamado and he is the main character of this work of art. He carries his younger sister Nezuko, who is apparently seriously injured, on his shoulders. "You will survive, I will definitely save you," says Tanjiro Kamado. Apparently, we were shown a fragment from the future, and then transferred to reality. We see Tanjiro standing with a dirty face, his mother wiping Tanjiro's face. Tanjiro says he wants to sell coal to have a good new year. The younger brothers and sister come running and ask to go with Tanjiro. The mother forbids them to go with him, as they will delay Tanjiro. Tanjiro gives his younger brothers and sister the task of guarding the house from strangers. Tanjiro says that as a reward for this he will treat them to something tasty. He also mentions that he will definitely read with his younger sister. Tanjiro tells Takeo to chop more wood. Takeo replies easy. Tanjiro strokes Takeo's head, and he begins to feel a little shy. Tanjiro laughs and then walks away, the family waving at him. Afterwards, Tanjiro meets his sister Nezuko, who has rocked her younger brother to sleep. Nezuko says that her younger brother has been very lonely since their father died. Tanjiro says goodbye to his sister Nezuko and sets out on his journey. Tanjiro reflects on the seasons and notes that winter will soon end. Alas, happiness that crumbles to dust always smells of blood, thinks Tanjiro. Tanjiro meets grandmother, who asks why he came down to them. Tanjiro offers coal, and some villagers want to buy it. Suddenly a man with a bloody face appears asking for help. He is accused of breaking a vase and is told to let Tanjiro check by smell. Tanjiro says it's a cat. The beaten man is angry because of false accusations. Evening comes, Tanjiro returns home. He managed to sell all the coal. The man from the house tells Tanjiro to wait out the darkness with him. It's dangerous in the mountains. Tanjiro starts to argue, but the man insists, since night is the time of demons. Tanjiro enters the man's house and the man treats him to food. Tanjiro thanks him. The man's name is Saburo, and Tanjiro asks what demons are. Saburo replies that man-eating demons have been going out to hunt after sunset for a long time. Tanjiro asks if demons can enter the house. Saburo answers they can. Saburo says that ordinary people have been protected by demon hunters since ancient times. Since Uncle Saburo lost his family, he lives alone in the house and feels sad. No matter how much he scares us with demons, these are fairy tales. I don't believe it, Tanjiro thinks. Tanjiro also remembers that his grandmother also talked a lot about demons. Morning comes, Saburo tells Tanjiro to be careful and says goodbye. Tanjiro walks through the forest, surrounded by beautiful snow-capped mountains. Tanjiro smelled blood and ran towards his house. Tanjiro is shocked by what he sees. His brother and sister are lying bloody near the house. Tanjiro runs up to his sister and asks in horror what happened. Afterwards, Tanjiro enters the house and discovers a terrible sight. Mama, Hanako, Takeo, Shigeru, lie dead in the house, Nezuko Rokuta on the street. Nezuko is still breathing, and Tanjiro tries to save her by carrying her on his shoulders to the doctor. Tanjiro wonders who could have done this, and assumes it was the bear. It becomes painful for him to breathe as his lungs are torn apart by the winter cold. However, the city is still very far away. Nezuko begins to come to her senses. Nezuko starts making strange noises. Tanjiro trips and they fall. Luckily, the snow softened the fall and Tanjiro was not injured. Tanjiro stands up and starts looking around, looking for his sister Nezuko. Tanjiro finds her, telling her that he will carry her in his arms, then running up to her. Suddenly, Nezuko attacks him and knocks him down into the snow. Apparently she has become one of the demons. Tanjiro can't believe that Nezuko has become one of the man-eating demons. She could not have been the murderer, since there were no traces of blood on her lips or hands. She's getting bigger and stronger, Tanjiro says as he lies beneath Nezuko. Tanjiro thinks that while he was at his uncle's house, such a nightmare was happening at his house. He apologizes for not helping them and promises to at least save Nezuko. Tanjiro tries his best to convince Nezuko not to turn into a demon. He barely holds the stick in her teeth, and then suddenly Nezuko starts crying. And then one of the demon hunters rushes to the rescue and tries to help Tanjiro. He strikes with his blade, but Tanjiro shields his sister and he misses. Tanjiro looks at the demon hunter and doesn't understand who it is. The hunter asks why he is saving her. Tanjiro replies that she is his sister. Is the creature your sister? The hunter asks and attacks Nezuko again. However, the hunter did not kill her first and only took her from Tanjiro. My job is to kill demons, and I will kill your sister too, says the hunter. Tanjiro tries to convince him otherwise, saying that his sister didn't kill anyone. It's very simple, demon blood got into her wound, that's why she became like this. This is how cannibals reproduce. She just almost ate you, says the hunter. Tanjiro says that Nezuko recognized him and she will regain her human form. The hunter says that the demon will not be able to become the man he was before. Tanjiro asks the hunter to give them a chance and not kill his sister Nezuko. Please let my sister live, Tanjiro says, falling straight to his knees. The demon hunter doesn't react in any way, but then clenches his teeth. It's stupid to give your life into other people's hands. Stop crawling on the ground like a pathetic worm. If there was any benefit to it, your family wouldn't have died. Life has your back against the wall, but you, a weakling, still want to save your sister? Even if there is a way to cure your sister, no one will tell you. Even if they impale her, what does it matter to you? The hunter says in a rage. Don't cry, don't despair, you don't have time for that now, I understand, you're beside yourself with grief. The family was killed, the sister became a demon, if only I had come a little earlier. Maybe your family would have survived, but time is not something you can turn back. However, this pain and hatred for the killer will become your strength, the hunter thinks. The hunter thrusts his blade straight into Nezuko's heart, and Tanjiro throws a rock at him. Tanjiro tries to save his sister Nezuko and suddenly attacks the hunter. However, it's all in vain. The hunter strikes Tanjiro in the back and he falls into the snow. Also not finding Tanjiro's axe nearby, he later sees it flying in the air. Luckily for the hunter, the axe hit a tree slightly to the left of his head. Tanjiro tried to outsmart the hunter by throwing the axe and stone into the air. The hunter is shocked by Tanjiro's plan, and Nezuko immediately breaks free and strikes him. The hunter thought that Nezuko would try to eat Tanjiro, but she began to protect him. After this, Nezuko began to attack the hunter, and he began to jump back. In a fit of hunger, demons are ready to devour both parents and other family members. This is how they restore their strength. How many times have I observed this phenomenon before? This girl is now covered in wounds, and probably wants to drink human blood. But instead, she defends her brother. Maybe they are different from the rest. The hunter thinks and hits Nezuko on the neck, thereby knocking her out. The mother apologizes for leaving he alone and asks to take care of Nezuko. Afterwards, Tanjiro wakes up with tears under his eyes, lying next to his sister Nezuko. The hunter gives instructions to go to the foot of Mount Sajiri, to the old man Sakonji Urokadaki, also warning Tanjiro not to let his sister out into the sunlight. Afterwards, Tanjiro and Nezuko returned to their home and buried their relatives there. Tanjiro took his sister Nezuko by the hand and set off with her. As he walked away from the house, Tanjiro still looked at his buried relatives. But after some time he pulled himself together and ran with Nezuko.